Okay, so I have a list for you guys of items or products, whatever you want to say, that I have found necessary or just plain out essential, vital to my pregnancy so far. And start out, I'm going to talk about prenatals. I have two types of prenatals that I take. I switch back and forth because eventually I either get tired of taking one of them or it starts kind of disagreeing with me and making me feel nauseous or sick when I take it. So I just bounce back and forth. The first kind is this just a basic prenatal. It's got everything in it. It's just a 1 per day dose, and you can buy these ones at Walmart, and there's 100 in a bottle, like $5. They're this big. They're not horse pills. They're easy to swallow. No big deal. And so if you're just taking one a day, the last 100 days, versus the other kind that I take, and it's the VitaFusion prenatal gummies. There's 90 in here. You take 2 a day, so it lasts like 45 days. Downside to these is they're pretty big. I'm not going to open it because they stink really bad. And there's no iron supplement in them, so you have to take an iron supplement on the side. So, and these are way more expensive. These things were like, I think, $10 or more at Walmart for a bottle that lasts you a little bit over a month. The second thing on my list is a piece of literature. It's actually the What to Expect When You're Expecting book. I bought this when I was not very far into my pregnancy at all, probably like 10 or 11 weeks, I guess, maybe. I can't really remember. I have turned to this book for a lot of things. I really have enjoyed it. It's been a great resource. The book is organized into chapters based on your month of pregnancy, and it covers those weeks, and it covers symptoms that you can expect. There's daddy chapter, there's exercise, healthy eating, just things to avoid during pregnancy, general cautions and stuff. There's labor and delivery chapters. There's I think 6 weeks of postpartum information in it also, and they're always coming out with updated versions. This one was the most update when I first got pregnant. I think it was like $12 or $13 at Walmart, but it's been a great investment for me so far, and I totally recommend it. Next on my list is, would be Tums and Tylenol. Tylenol is about the only thing you can take because you can't take aspirin, ibuprofen, the naproxen sodium stuff. About the only thing you have is Tylenol, and you will occasionally get headaches and stuff like all humans do. As for the Tums, I have never had so much heartburn in my life until I got pregnant. Tums has been a complete lifesaver for me in ways with food. They come in different flavors. This one's assorted berries, and this is probably the grossest one. I thought this would be delicious, and I was so wrong. The best ones are the Tums smoothies, like the fruity tropical punch or whatever the heck it's called. I don't know, like the fruit melody one. Those ones are way better tasting than these. This was sadly a flop, and I have a ton of these left. This is a brand new bottle. Okay, so that being said, number 4 on my list is, I guess maybe silly, I don't know, to some people, but sports bras. Like, seriously. In the beginning, we tried to buy me bras every time that I was starting to muffin top over mine, and it was not working. It was not cost effective, and the underwire was really uncomfortable to me. So we turned to sports bras, just because you can get like a pack of 3 of them in the Fruit of the Loom brand, 100% cotton, at Walmart for $7 or something like that. So it works all the way around. There's no wires in them, so there's nothing digging into the underside of my breast. There's no discomfort. And I have had a friend tell me that while she breastfed, she wore sports bras. She did not buy nursing bras. She just wore sports bras. So I'm hoping that maybe I can make that work for me too and not have to spend more money. Next is like skincare products. I have eczema, so I've had an even worse time with dry, itchy skin during pregnancy. Aloe vera, first of all, I know most people don't ever use this stuff unless they get a sunburn, but it's you get, good sized little bottle. It's cheaper, I have found, than buying any lotion is, and when you're really dry and itchy, you put it on your skin, it's got that cold feeling to it. It feels really good. You can put it in your fridge, it'll feel even better, and I found that it helps extensively well with mine. The vitamin E oil, I used this a lot before I got pregnant for my eczema because I did not like taking and rubbing the steroid creams on me that my doctors would prescribe. And I found that this could help control it just as well. And it's not, it's not chock full of steroids, so that's even better, because I don't even think I could use that stuff right now during my pregnancy. Which, my doctor okayed it for me, said nothing wrong with it. I've been putting like this on my stretch marks, and it helps immensely. The only downside is it is an oil. It does make you greasy. You do have to wait longer for it to absorb. Next on the skincare products, I sadly do use this stuff. I hate it. I think it stinks. The smell of it makes me nauseous, so I try not to use this Polymers lotion very often. I use it just once a day, and the rest of the times if I put something on my skin, it's the vitamin E oil, because this stuff stinks and it makes me feel sick. Last of all but not least, for skin products, I wound up investing in some nipple cream stuff. The lanolin comes in a tube like that, from Walmart, about $10, and it has been a lifesaver. I was having issues with my nipples being really dry and cracked, and this has taken care of it. And plus, so I'm told you need this for breastfeeding, so I won't have to buy another tube of it for a good while, and it just takes like an itty bitty dot, and you're good. And it doesn't really, I don't think it has much of a smell to it, so it doesn't really bother me there. Okay, next of all, what I'm going to talk about is paper products that I have found are essential right now to me. And first of all, I'll start with planners. I have 3, which is, I guess, a bit extreme, maybe you might say. First one, my sister got it for me when I graduated, and I started out just using this one, and then I bought this green one, and my mom bought the dog one, and basically I use all 3 of them. These 2 are easy to carry in my purse. This one, it's bigger, taller. It's not as simple to carry around, and the lines in it are longer and more extensive, and I use this one more for when I was in class and stuff, because and with work, just because the lines were so big and it was easy to write down a lot more info in it. This one, the dog one, I use solely for doctor's appointments, to keep up with those, and stuff like that, hospital tours, blah blah blah. This one is pretty much everything else, recreational, birthdays, etc. Next on the paper products that I found essential necessary, I've kept a diary this whole time. I have always kept a diary since I was 13 years old. So I've got the lock on it right now. But I have tried very hard to document my pregnancy and stuff, because I really wish my mom would have done something like that for me to look back on, and to kind of have a window into who she was before she had me and when she was young and stuff. I think that's a really cool idea, so I've kept a diary. Okay, next on my lovely little list over here is cameras. I use my webcam for all my videos and stuff, but I also take pictures with my Kodak. It's kind of old, but it does alright. It's decent, and I also use my cell phone camera to take pictures, just because, once again, I wish my mom would have done stuff like that for me when she was pregnant with me. I think it's a pretty cool thing to have to pass down to your child, and I think, I don't know, I hope at least that she will appreciate it someday. Okay, so, moving on. Next on my lovely little list is this thing, and my addiction to it can be blamed on Sam. It's a little handheld massager thing. He got it for me for Christmas, and a lot of the times I will lay in bed and I'll like pile up pillows and kind of lay on them and stuff, trying to be comfortable, and Sam will take this and rub it up and down my back, and it helps so much with my back pain that I have from the pregnancy. And I have a lot of like lower back pain and stuff, especially like with the bigger I get. I notice my back pain gets worse and worse, and I imagine that it'll only continue to do so. But this thing is awesome. It helps so much. I have heartburn right now so bad, I'm sorry. Okay, so next on the list is, I don't have any with me right now, but ginger ale. When I first got pregnant, I drank a lot of ginger ale because supposedly it's supposed to help with nausea. For me, it really did help. I bought it in like Kroger, Walmart brand, and every one of them that I ever bought was non-caffeinated, so you don't have to worry about the caffeine thing if you're one of those people who wants to completely, totally cut it out of your diet as much as possible. It won't matter. Okay, so the next thing that I found to be kind of a necessity is, I guess maybe strange, and not everybody would agree, but panty liners. First of all, nobody will ever tell you this, at least nobody ever told me, but when you're pregnant you will have a discharge, and it's not bad, and it doesn't mean anything's wrong. It's actually good, it's normal, but it's really uncomfortable at times. And then secondly, I got these and used these because when you go to ultrasounds, if they do one vaginally, you know, they'll stick that wand up inside you and they'll coat it with a bunch of lube of that, you know, the same jelly stuff that they put on your belly. But what they will not tell you is that after you leave the doctor's office and you're out doing your thing, going about your day, that stuff will melt inside of you, and it will drip down, and it will make your underwear wet, and you will feel disgusting and shameful. So these to me have been a lifesaver just because of those two reasons. I don't use them on a daily basis. I've used them every now and then if I've had an issue, or if I knew I was going to have an ultrasound and they were going to do one vaginally. I made sure that I had one in my purse to put on my underwear after the ultrasound, so I didn't have that icky stuff on my panties and that nasty feeling on me either. Finally, for me, pregnancy essentials. Definitely not a product or a thing, an item, nothing like that. It's actually been a person. My mom has been she's been my everything. My mom took care of me. She took care of all of us. My mom is one of the strongest people that I know besides my granny. You know, I honestly do not know how my mom gets up every morning and does everything that she does, but she's amazing. And since becoming pregnant, I have relied more and more on my mom for emotional support, and she's always been there. And I can say this, for me, personal experience, my pregnancy and in my journey so far to becoming a mother has made me understand my own mother a lot better than I ever did before, and it has made me appreciate her and everything she's ever done for me a lot more. So with that being said, that is, I don't even know how many items that was. I should have wrote down the numbers, but I didn't. But those are pretty much my pregnancy essentials so far.